Something to note about the upcoming eclipse season, we have February 17th, an Aquarius eclipse. March 3rd is a Virgo eclipse. The Virgo eclipse, full moon, new moon, solar eclipse for Aquarius, February 17th. Okay, something to note about this eclipse season, justice. I have been doing readings all year 2025 in my live streams that have had to do with justice arriving. If we look back to October eclipse 2024 in Libra, the dark moon enters Libra to join for that eclipse, starting to usher in justice of the dark mothers, the mother wounds, and the shadow feminine, as well as the altar mothers and justice of the altar mothers. Okay, way bigger than all of us, right? Weird and really incredible. This upcoming eclipse season, Jupiter is retrograde in Cancer, which is ruling over the dark moon in Sagittarius. So the luck that we have had through the previous about 2-3 years of the accumulation of either clearing the scales, balancing the scales, adding addition to the scales of justice, and the justice related work that you have been doing in your world, in your practice, in your life, that is coming to a point of possible, accumulation. I'm not saying it will happen. What I am saying is that every single message that I have gotten for an entire year has told me, including the recent messages in my readings, that justice is arriving here now in this eclipse season. Now, on a personal practitioner level, this is clearly going to look different. On a worldly level, obviously also very different. Things are changing. Aquarius lets us know that we are not going to know the total answer until we walk into it. Justice also, I want to mention, one of the things that justice sometimes asks us to do is fall. If you call justice and you have not yet fallen for what you stand for, you may end up falling for what you stand for to prove to justice that you are worthy of the assistance. It's not to say that you don't deserve it, right? And also, justice is very strict. Anyone who works with justice knows that. It is very stern. So if you have had losses, sacrifices, you've fallen to fight for something over the previous several years, there's a return here in this eclipse season. Do I know what it is specifically for you? No. What I can tell you is that if you are looking at the eclipse times from basically the South Node being in Scorpio, so 2021 to 2023, Scorpio naturally throws the balance of the scales off. South Node in Libra, 2023 to 2025, we started to regain the balancing of the scales on a very earthly level, as the South Node allows us to connect those very long eclipse cycles to the Earth, which sometimes asks us to clear things out, yes, and also it is very, very earthly related. Whereas the North Node is very destiny, purpose, sometimes spiritual, also related. Thing way high up in the sky, okay? Now we have the South Node in Virgo, and Virgo allows us to bring back to the origins of the contract. So if you're looking at all of the mayhem, mishap, gross betrayal, yucky, icky, gross stuff, icky, yucky, yucky, gross. I could say it a whole bunch of times. Disgusting, okay, stuff that happened during the South Node in Scorpio, again, 2021 to 2023. To note also, we had the Pluto in Capricorn. I'm going to bring up Pluto in Aquarius in a second because we do have an Aquarius eclipse, but back to the South Node stuff for another moment. All that yucky stuff, 2021 to 2023. Now we're going back to the origins with the South Node in Virgo, the origins of those contracts. Why, especially on an ancestral level, generationally, okay, including you, but also generationally. Pluto, oftentimes with the ancestors, has to do with the stuff that you inherit that you do not have a say in. And then what are you going to do with it? So the South Node being in Scorpio, a lot of us going through betrayals that were ancestrally connected, that we didn't really have a say in, and maybe hadn't understood even existed within the lineage yet. We've been balancing 2023 to 2025. Now that we're in the Pisces and Virgo axis of the lunar nodes, that South Node in Virgo, again, bringing us back to the origins of those contracts to clear some things out and really tie the ends of fate for the final time, while simultaneously we had Pluto in Aquarius. Like I said, when the South Node was in Scorpio, we had Pluto in Capricorn. So now that Pluto's in Aquarius, we're also starting an entirely different era, bringing death to the era of Pluto and Capricorn, which means there's a bunch, like a lot, of ancestral contracts getting cleared out right now. Take account of your work with your family, ancestral altar, family, etc. stuff. This eclipse season, and probably honestly for the next year-ish with those eclipses too, because North Node enters Aquarius August time. And then we have another eclipse with Aquarius and Virgo next, beginning of year 2027. Same pattern as this year for the beginning. Okay, those contracts ancestrally that screwed us 2021 to 2023 with the South Node in Scorpio. Not only are they getting cleared out now, if you've been working on justice, there's going to be some things that are brought to you. If you have cleared the scales, balanced them, you have really earned the rights. A lot of the times also the rights when it comes to Mars, Pluto, Scorpio stuff. Your birthrights with justice. You look like me, that work's going to be very different than someone who doesn't look like me, right? Okay. In the highest elevation, so may it be. And gratitude, reverence, and love to you, the indigenous spirits of the land where I sit, talk, walk, and stand, and where you are receiving these messages in your hand. Okay. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you too. Thank you for listening. And gratitude, reverence, and love to the spirits who are of the highest elevation, worded, encompassing, love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, and love. And that's the truth. So if you've really been working on justice, you can expect things in this eclipse season to start to turn towards your favor, if you want to call it that. Something sometimes to savor, okay? And then there's also going to be a continuation of this turning basically the whole entire time that the North Node is in Aquarius. And then also, once we get to the North Node in Capricorn, because Pluto's not in Capricorn anymore, which means it will be related as Pluto just moved into Aquarius. So we'll have an alleviation of the contracts from the Pluto and Capricorn time frame. So we still have a couple years with this, but also right now is like a pinnacle moment. Okay. And Saturn in Aries ruling over these Aquarius eclipses. That's kind of where I was talking about the birthrights. That's part of where those birthrights and the themes of those are coming from. Aries is the first sign and has to do with the start and the birth of things, and also is a sign of war. Crazy, I know. So it has a lot to do with birthrights, and not only the rights that you're born into, but what you do to earn them, keep them, and then continue the repetition of them throughout your lifetime. If we're looking at them related to Scorpio, Mars stuff, Aries again at the beginning, but if we look at the stuff around it and the nuance of it, that's included. A king is born, but he has to learn how to be a king to be able to keep the throne, right? Aries. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Expect some justice to come through. Don't know what it'll be for you. Spirit's been chatting in my ear about what's over here for me for quite some time now. So if you need the messages, may they be easy to receive. Keep up the brew you do. It's eclipse season. I will too. And I'll talk to you soon. Also true.